Welcome to Haunt Weekly.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And this is Haunt Weekly, a weekly podcast for the haunted attraction haunt entertainment community. Whether you're an actor, owner, or just plain aficionado, we aim to be a podcast for you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those of you celebrating.
Yes, well, it'll be day after.
A day after when we goes live, but as we're recording this, it's St. Patty's Day because that's the type of heavily social individuals we are. We spend our St. Patrick's Day alone in a storage room talking about haunted attractions and doing the haunted attraction news specifically.
Well, yeah.
So, just getting that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, in case you didn't figure it out already, this is the podcast Haunt Weekly. You can find us at hauntweekly.com or Haunt Weekly on Twitter and Facebook. tinyurl.com/hauntweekly will take you to our YouTube channel. And you can also find us at iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. We're probably there. I think that's all the housekeeping notes out of the way. Mm-hmm. As I hinted at earlier, this is episode 172, which is, the math is getting really complicated, but is indeed divisible by 4, so that means it's time to do the news. And we've got a lot for you this week. It's been a busy month for news, considering it's in March. We are literally going as far as we can go in the continental United States. We are taking you from Alaska to Miami.
Ooh.
Ain't that something, huh?
That is.
I think that's the biggest, other than like going internationally, that's the biggest geographic difference I think we've covered.
Yeah, probably.
So we got all that coming to you and much, much more. But first up this week, it's conference reminders. It's an even week. That means I kick off. Okay, coming up this weekend, March 21st to the 24th in St. Louis, Missouri, it's Transworld's Halloween and Attraction Show at the America Center. It's co-located with Transworld's Christmas Show. It will feature behind-the-scenes tours of Darkness Inlet Brewery and also feature a party at City Museum on Thursday, a performance by the Vampire Circus on Friday, and a Vampire Ball on Saturday. The Ha Show, HAASHOW.com for more. And the haunt groups, everyone looks like they're already there.
Yes.
Don't know why I'm reminding you.
Yes, including Dark Stitches, who has a facade that they will be taking for their shop that will be for sale after the show's over.
Ooh.
So if you're interested in that, be sure to stop by, and whenever you're looking at their pretty things they make, also look at the facade.
And everybody, mention us when you speak to her so we can creep her out.
Oh, well, we know her.
I know, it's a joke.
Yes.
Do you know Jonathan and Crystal?
Hi.
Do it like real leery and like
a haunter?
Yeah, basically like a haunter, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just do your thing. Do your thing. You'll be fine.
All right. After that, May 10th through the 12th, it's West Coast Haunters Convention in Portland, Oregon at the DoubleTree Hotel Portland. They will be touring Nightmare Factory Haunted House, also includes a costume ball, a silent auction, and the Nightmare After West Coast Haunters Convention Film Festival with a secret selection of films. HauntersConvention.com.
All right. After that, it is the Ohio Halloween and Haunters Convention, and it's at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio, May 17th through the 19th. They'll be touring 6 different haunted houses, 3 on the pre-show, 3 during the weekend. Pre-show includes Hauntville, the Hudson House, and Haunted Hydro. During the weekend, Blood Prison, Lessons in Fear, and Trail of Nightmares. There's also a Freakers Ball costume party, a ghost hunt, and more. Now, you could go to OhioHalloweenandHauntersConvention.com.
That is their domain.
Official domain. But out of the kindness of our heart and help out, we bought OhioHaunterConvention.com that redirects.
Yes,
it'll just redirect you to the long one.
Yeah.
Think of it as like a tiny URL.
Yes. Which I guess you could have also set up.
Yeah, I guess I could have done that too.
Yeah.
That'd also save me like $7.
Yeah.
Oh well, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
Don't get on hot chat with drinking. I get it.
Yeah. So anyway, that domain again was OhioHalloweenandHauntersConvention.com.
Yes.
Okay, after that, June 7th through the 9th in Schaumburg, Illinois, it's Midwest Haunters Convention at the Renaissance Schaumburg Convention Center Hotel. It will be touring Dead Rising, Midnight Terror, Massacre, Basement of the Dead, and Hell's Gate. all worth going to. You can hear our reviews of it in previous episodes. MidwestHauntersConvention.com for more info.
Yeah, that is like a dream tour right there, guys. I'm not even playing it. Maybe
yes, the only way it would be better is if they had, the Lost Souls Chicago Haunted Bus people.
Yeah.
Involved, and you were taking their buses, because that's an awesome show.
Yeah, we did love having Brewster Bonesaw as our guide for these haunts.
Yes, who knows?
Who knows?
If they do decide to partner up, you can look at it, find out, I'm sure, at that MidwestHauntersConvention.com.
We did not buy them a new domain.
No, it's fine.
All right. After that, it's Michigan Haunt Fest at the Oaks Campground in Munith, Michigan. June 21st through the 23rd will feature make and takes, a campsite decorating contest, and a pancake breakfast. Some of the proceeds will benefit the Humane Society. MichiganHauntFest.weebly.com for more details. I'm going to take the next one, too, because we have some corrections and updates to do to this one.
All right.
After that, Haunter Horde Gathering is in Mount Carroll, Illinois at the Mount Carroll Bowling Center, July 27th. We'll be featuring a tour of Raven's Grin Inn, auction for Scares That Care and Don't Be a Monster, free pizza will be there. There will also be a cash bar provided, so you can purchase your own booze if you so choose. Admission for the conference is only $5. Tour of Raven's Grin Inn is $15 extra. HaunterHorde.com for more details. Last time around I said free pizza and paid for booze. I thought I was being clear. There was some confusion. The booze has to be paid for. The pizza is included in admission. And I did not know last time that the Raven's Grin Inn tour was $15. I said it was included because I genuinely did not know, despite looking at the site. But yes, it is not included. We now know.
Yes.
So corrections are made.
Yes. You can verify all of that information for yourself
at Haunter, HAUNTER, Horde, HORDE.com.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
Then the last one on our list for this week is July 27th through the 28th. It is Texas Haunters Convention in Mesquite, Texas at the Mesquite Convention Center. It features a meet and greet and a costume ball. TexasHauntersConvention.com. I really hope that they do well.
I do too. I really do. The people behind it are amazing. We've met them. We got to know them pretty well with Halloween and Haunt Fest previously. We know the tragedy that befell there. They're starting again. Same building, same idea,
right?
Same everything. It's just a pity we can't get in that. Well, I can.
Yeah,
I can go. You can't.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyone else can go and should go. It's highly encouraged to go if you can. So once again, that is TexasHauntersConvention.com. All right, that is it for our conference reminders. Now we have moving on to the news as we scroll past the 25 conferences we are not discussing this week. We keep in our show notes because we do this in a weird way. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start with some sad news this week. We have a couple of sad stories, and we got some happy ones, and it's going to be like a ping pong match.
Yeah, it looked more like bookends.
Yeah. Well, but anyways, first article here is by KTUU, Derek Meinmeyer, I think is how you say his name. The haunted attraction Dungeon of Doom burned down last month, and just after the deadline for last month's news, basically. It burned down. The attraction was a portable one. It looks like it was on a large, I'm not sure what to call that, like a trailer type thing.
Right.
So that was being moved around, and it was being stored in a parking lot of an American Legion post in Anchorage, Alaska. It caught fire and literally burned completely to the ground. There was minor damage to a glass shop next door. Basically, some siding and some roofing got damaged lightly. Nothing serious inside the shop. But the part that's worrisome, especially worrisome, of course, losing it is worrisome no matter what, is that this is the fifth such fire since the beginning of the year that they've reported on in Anchorage. Yeah,
that is very worrisome.
And others have been marked as arson, and there is a widespread belief that this one isn't, even though the investigation is ongoing right now.
Yeah.
We don't know the latest, but it looks suspicious, and it looks like it may be part of an ongoing chain.
Yeah, they're going to want to investigate that and make sure that they get the correct conclusions.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. But I hope that if this is a serial arsonist, obviously they've already reported a serial arsonist because they know that they have 4 other arsons already.
Yeah.
if this one is too, I hope this person is brought to justice swiftly and completely. And just a reminder, think about your security during the off season too.
Yeah.
Because things like this can and do happen.
Yeah.
I feel really bad for the owners of this.
And make sure those cameras are working and recording. And
I've read an interview with the owners of this, and they were great people. Seemed to be great people, local businessmen who enjoyed doing something that this was kind of like their fun project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seemed like it was making them money, like they were doing all right with it, but this was definitely the fun one for them.
Right.
So it sucks, it really sucks, and it is undoubtedly completely destroyed. So good luck. I wish you guys luck in picking up the pieces and moving on. Hopefully they'll be able to rebuild.
Yeah, I hope so.
A lot of people seem to enjoy it from what I read. Big hit at the state fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I would go to it at a state fair.
Oh, hells yeah.
Granted, that's us. We would do that.
We got notes going down. We might be going to Alabama for a haunted attraction.
Interesting.
A little foreshadowing.
All right. Our next story comes to us from KTUL in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A haunted attraction goes up for sale in Morris.
Yep.
And this is haunted.
No, the haunted feed mill. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Haunted feed mill announces closure and is selling pretty much everything in it. This isn't the only haunt that's announced closures recently. It's the only one we found a news article for. But if you've been watching in Haunters Hangout, there's been a couple of other big and prominent ones.
Including one we went to this year. Winkler Bottoms also seems to have closed. And they were one we were literally at this season. First time ever we got to go.
Yeah.
They're up near Shreveport. Yeah,
we enjoyed the visit. So
the people were great, and
we were surprised to hear that they were closing.
It seemed like they were doing pretty decent business, especially for a rainy-ass Friday night.
Yeah, no kidding.
Rainy-ass Friday night early in season. They were doing pretty good.
Yeah.
On an outdoor haunt. Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the numbers they were pulling.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, the haunted feed mill was unique in that it had indoor and outdoor portions. Pretty much, like we said, everything's being sold. You can... there's also a haunted school bus / motorhome.
Yeah, it's unclear in the article if it was a...
Yeah.
They say it's a school bus that's been renovated into a motorhome type thing. I'm a little confused on it, but it's up for sale, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah. And basically they're closing because the fire marshal wanted them to put in sprinklers, and as everybody knows, that gets expensive. This would cost them $60,000, and they just couldn't do it.
Yeah, from what it sounds like, they had an old historic building. This is a tale as old as time in the haunt community at this point.
Yeah.
They revitalized an old historic building that was in service before modern fire code standards were applied, certainly before modern commercial fire standards, certainly before modern fire haunted attraction. You know what I mean?
Right.
And was not up to code, and they skated by for some time. 2 years ago, Oklahoma fire marshals went through and raided a total of 10, visited 10 different haunted attractions. I made it sound like they came in with a SWAT team or some crap. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case. But they did unexpected visits on 10 haunted attractions and basically ordered them to up their game. Now, they were open last year. They were able to work with the fire marshal and get open by making smaller adjustments, improving various aspects of their fire code compliance. But to be open in 2019, they were demanding the sprinkler system, which apparently is just completely impractical for their space. And then that sucks. They said it would cost $60,000.
Yeah.
Which, if you've got a sprinkler system is one of those things, and this has been my understanding from multiple people. If you build it into the building, it's really not that expensive.
Right.
If you are building a new structure and you add it in, it's not that bad because you're already you got the wires and the hook, you got the hookups and all that stuff. It's adding cost, but not that much.
Right.
But if you have to go back and retrofit it into a building, especially an old historic one, that's going to get time consuming and costly.
Exactly.
And that seems to be what did them in. They just can't do it with their budget, but they are hoping that their props and supplies find a good home.
Yeah, I would hope so.
They would like to see other people get scared with this stuff. They say they have tons of stuff. They have a full costume library still. They actually, if you go to the article in the show notes, it will link you to where they're on Facebook Marketplace with the list of things they're selling.
Yeah, and I would hope that if we were to ever stop doing our home haunt, that some of our scene sets and things would find use somewhere else.
Yeah, I think they would.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just a sad story, and
it is.
And you know what? There's no bad guys here. The fire marshal's completely right.
Yeah.
Sprinklers save lives. It's really that simple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad about that. It's just it sucks that there's no alternative solution that can be found.
Yeah, that does suck.
I really wish that were the case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, our next story also is from Oklahoma. I wanted to put the two Oklahoma stories back to back.
Ah, that's why that happened.
This is from Ardmore, Oklahoma, and the article is by Rihanna Cedert, whatever. At the Daily Ardmorite. That's a mouthful of vowels. Haunted forest considered a success will likely return next year. I love this story. This makes me so happy. Basically, the Ardmore Parks and Recreation Department put on its first ever haunted attraction last year called Dead Acres. And they received 2,112. Usually it's very rare we get these specific of numbers,
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I like it. They received 2,112 visitors to its main attraction and 726 to its Hidden Hollows attraction, a shorter, less intense sort of secondary haunt. Between those, they made $33,867, and they only had $11,280 in expenses.
Yeah.
And so that puts a profit, like an initial profit there above $22,000. The theater, which provided the actors and the costumes and the props, took a 30% cut of the profits. Mm-hmm. So that left the department with $15,811 in funding it would not have had otherwise.
Yeah. So
and to a small Parks and Rec department, that can be huge.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I work with some people who would like donations, and this would be a great idea for them.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
And what amazes me about this is this may be the first time in history a haunt came in significantly under budget.
Yeah.
Because they had allotted $15,000 for the expenses, and if they had spent $15,000, they still would have turned a nice profit.
Yeah.
They still would have come out ahead, right?
Yeah, and for the first year.
Yeah.
That's the saying, is that they turned a profit the first year.
Yeah, that's also almost unheard of. And I think the key to their success in terms of turning a profit is this is an outdoor attraction. Mm-hmm. There's less decoration that needs to be done. There's almost nothing with fire marshal work to be done. It's not a structure.
Right.
You have other challenges, and you also have the risks of raining out and so forth, especially given the fact they were only open 7 nights.
Yeah.
You lose 2 nights due to rain. At a haunt open 16 nights a year, that's bad. Mm-hmm. To a haunt open only 7, it could be an outright catastrophe.
Right.
Especially if one of those is one of the big nights.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they did a great job. They entertained a lot of people and had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they, like I said, they made money, and for a small department like that can be a boon. At $15,000 could do a lot of good. So, congrats, Ardmore. I'm hoping I'm saying that right.
Congrats, Dead Acres.
Congrats, Ardmore. Congrats, Dead Acres. Congrats, Ardmore, for supporting your local community haunt. Congrats, Dead Acres, for putting on a profitable show your first season.
Yes.
And doing something almost unheard of in this business, coming in under budget when creating a haunt.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see that story anywhere.
Mm-mm. Okay. So, our next story is by Trace Cowan at the Complex. 2 Chainz. We've talked about 2 Chainz' Pink Trap House, Haunted House several times, and including a plagiarism.
Yeah, a little plagiarism controversy involving Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande was accused of plagiarizing it, though.
Right, exactly.
To be completely clear.
Yeah. But anyway, so he's back in the news saying that his haunted house made $500,000, over $500,000.
Yeah.
He's very proud about that, and that's why it'll be coming back. He's announced, and everybody was surprised that it was going to be reopening. But after hearing about the success, you don't.
Yeah, it was really interesting
that.
because the way it went down, the best I can recall, and admittedly I probably should have looked at my previous show notes, but he opened the house, I think, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Specifically for one album he was putting out.
Right.
It was supposed to be a one-off thing, and that was going to be it.
Yeah.
Well, they did it. It was open. It went through the cycles, and then nothing ever happened to it.
Right.
It sort of just stayed there in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It just kept staying there, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, what's going to happen to it? What's going on? And then he opens it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so good. We're doing it twice, and I think this was actually their third year. This year. These aren't exact figures, but yeah, I mean, $500,000 profit is nothing to sneeze at.
No.
His name, the popularity of the haunt, and reaching out. This type of haunt's going to be really, really big in Atlanta. The city and the community there this is something that goes in with that style of haunting, that area of haunting very well.
Yeah.
It fits in very well. So yeah, I can see the exact quote he said was, pretty girls like trap music did very well. We essentially had damn near Statue of Liberty in a pink trap house in Atlanta. It was basically the same type of effect as the Eiffel Tower, This is way after the album, and the people are still following the campaign. I did a haunted house, obviously, in October. That was a pink haunted house that we made over $500,000 doing it.
Yep.
Hoping that...
So apparently people are still following it, and
yeah.
That's... if you're making money off of it and people are wanting to do it again, then you do it again.
Yeah. All right. The headline for the next story isn't the part we gave a crap about here.
Okay. The
headline for the story is, Paula Deen Restaurant and New Ride coming to OWA for 2019. Not Paula Deen fans around these here parts.
No.
And for lots of reasons. But we are interested in the other part of the part after the comma, basically. Long story short, OWA Amusement Park in Foley, Alabama, which is right along the Gulf Coast, is adding several new attractions this year. The first, as I mentioned, is the restaurant. The second is a Legends and Concert Tribute Show, a brand new concert stage with 400 seats, which could be used for other things than a concert tribute show maybe, but also a new haunted attraction. Specifically, they are opening a new dark ride called Mystic Mansion. They said that this is to meet the customer demand for a fully indoor and air-conditioned attraction. I'm not making that up.
Yeah.
I don't doubt that's the reason. I'm just like, wow, when I go to a theme park, I expect to basically bake my ass off all day. That's kind of what...
Yeah.
That's why Holiday World has free sunscreen every 5 feet in the park.
Yeah.
Like if you get sunburned at Holiday World, it's your damn fault.
Yeah, well, it's like whenever my parents came to visit right after we moved to the city, we all ducked into the wax museum because we knew it would be cool, and we had been outside all day.
Yeah, it's a shame that museum closed.
It is.
That was one of my favorite French Quarter attractions. Was it cheesy and stupid?
Yes.
It was a wax museum.
Yeah.
Duh. Of course it was cheesy and stupid as hell. What'd you expect? It was a wax. But it closed down, and they actually sold off the wax figurines.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's neither here nor there.
No.
Now, the attraction is fairly child-friendly. It looks like it's more of a sort of the modern 3D funhouse type thing than a hardcore haunted attraction.
Right.
And it's also interactive in that guests get to take their little laser guns and blast things as they drive through. It looks like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah. That sounds like the Scooby-Doo ride at Carowinds that we went on.
Yeah. And then found out the guns didn't work properly.
Yeah, well,
that was a rough lesson there.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is a park operated by the Porch Band of Creek Indians, and it's actually a 502-acre amusement park. I found out it's huge, and they're just renovating a 14-acre portion for all this stuff they're putting in. So this is a relatively small renovation percentage-wise. All the attractions should be open this summer, and we may have to go check this out.
Yeah, maybe.
We did Holiday World, which is in Santa Claus, Indiana. We did that, 3-4 years ago?
I think 3.
I think it was something like that.
Yeah, because it wasn't the first summer that
Ellie was with
us. It was the second, I believe.
But we had a great time.
Yeah.
We do love our amusement parks, and amusement park plus haunted attraction is a double whammy.
Right, exactly.
And this one is definitely within short driving distance. I mean, we can easily make it to Pensacola, so we can definitely make it anything in Alabama on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, exactly. We could do that.
So I see no reason why we couldn't make it. And since Six Flags New Orleans it's well known in the haunted attraction community for other reasons now.
Yeah, and I know that several people are wondering if they can go for next HauntCon.
I would not recommend
I would not recommend it.
And the reason is it's still going to be like a 3-hour one-way drive. 2-3 hours, somewhere in that range.
Oh, no, the Six Flags New Orleans.
Oh,
New
no,
Orleans
God,
East. No, people are talking about maybe going and seeing it. I do know that there's security on site 24 hours a day, and that you're not really supposed to be in there because it is dangerous.
Yeah, I don't encourage people to go to Six Flags New Orleans. I get the urban exploration thing.
Yeah,
and it
looks beautiful and creepy.
Yeah, it's very cool, but there are already tons of photographs of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you just simply Google it right now. You'll find you'll find tons of photographs of it. And my advice, honestly, is enjoy the photographs.
Yep.
And don't go. And by the way, the theme park from our house is 3 hours exactly according to Google Maps.
Okay.
That's not bad.
The one in Foley.
Foley, Alabama. It's
the one we're actually talking about.
Yeah, the real one we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been as far out as Pensacola and so forth, out that way. So I knew it wasn't going to be that bad. In fact, it's actually very close to Pensacola.
Yeah. Okay.
So, just letting you know.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yes.
But yeah, Mystic Mansion coming. Yeah, I remember a while back, way back in the earlier episodes, I don't remember when we did it, but we were talking about how dark rides are becoming extinct. And there was that group going around doing 3D video of all the dark rides they could get to, and they were doing some great conservation work. It was awesome stuff they were doing, and I watched some of the videos, and I was blown away by the quality they were getting with 3D cameras in dark spaces.
Yeah.
They were doing amazing stuff. But now it seems like every news episode, sometimes we're talking about a new one opening.
Well, maybe their preservation work also sparked interest in it and starting up new ones.
And I think that's one of the things is they kind of, for a time when we were kids, they were ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Every state fair, every county fair, every tiny little hole-in-the-wall fair had one. And every Broadway at the beach type thing had them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then they started closing down, and then they got to where there was only a few dozen left, apparently. Mm-hmm. And now they're back to being a novelty.
Yeah.
I mean, it might get us to Foley, Alabama. Just saying, you know?
Yeah, it's interesting.
All right.
Okay. Miami has a new terrifying Halloween horror maze.
Well, it's not new, it turns out, but it's getting coverage now, it seems like. They've been getting a PR blitz or something going on.
Yeah, it's called Paranoia. It's a year-round attraction. This article is by Janely Espinal at Narcity.
Yeah. I think it's Espinal. I think I knew someone that
Espinal.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but the attraction's located in Wynwood and features a maze that takes 15 to 20 minutes to complete. They're open 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 a.m. on Friday
they're open
Saturday.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
All year round.
Yeah. Which means that they are somewhere where we might also be able to get to.
Yeah, and the thing is, I looked at where they're on the map. They're right off 95. 95 doesn't follow the coast through Miami. It's inland of fairways. It's more toward the backside of the city. So they're actually on the backside. They're right off of 95. So it'd be real convenient, especially because we're most likely to be in Miami passing through on our way to Key West.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you get there, you may as well go to Key West.
Yeah, basically. I don't really have any interest in Miami, but I have tons of interest in Key West.
Right. There have been 1,800 people who have chickened out.
Or couldn't find their way out of the maze.
Yeah, exactly. So that's an interesting little factoid they put in.
Yeah, and they seem to be updating the counters semi-regularly. It has not been updated since January, but they do update it every so often. But yeah, it's a 15 to 20 minute walkthrough. Tickets are $25.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, they are open 5 p.m. to, like you said, they're open 5 p.m. till 1 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and from 5 p.m. till 3 a.m. Friday and Saturday. Just, it's incredible. That's a hell of a lot of hours.
That is. It's a lot of work.
I know that Miami is a tourist town, and I know because of its location, it's kind of a 365 day a year tourist town.
Yeah.
Like we have tourist season in New Orleans, definitely, and it's now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wrapping up soon because it's starting to get warm.
Yeah, it'll wrap up probably in May, honestly.
Yeah.
Early May. In fact, in fact, hurricane season is basically when tourist season isn't.
Yeah.
From May into, I would say, technically hurricane season goes all the way into, November, I think, these days.
Yeah.
But realistically, it ends October.
Yeah. Yeah.
For us.
I was going to say September, but yeah.
No, September's when... yeah. September was when Katrina hit, so...
I know.
But yeah,
I meant tourist season.
Tourist season will pick up, late September into October, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, you got to get out of the danger of hurricanes, and because that also means the muggies and everything else that's horrible about New Orleans weather will exist those months out of the year. And then tourist season will resume as just in time for Halloween.
Yes.
Halloween and the holidays, and then back into Mardi Gras and all that.
Yep.
But anyways... So yeah, I know they have a 365 tourist economy there. They're open, what is that, 7 hours, 5 days a week and 9 hours. And the other two at 365, the best I can tell. That's incredible.
It is.
Good luck to them and all that they do. All right, I loved this next story here. This made me so happy to see this. This is by Heart of Illinois and ABC. Haunted house actors are attending a scare school right now in March. Mm-hmm. And the thing that's interesting, it's actors from 3 different haunted houses in Illinois. Spooky Hollow, who's also organizing it, Baldwin Asylum, and Blood Moon Manor. Now, I tried to find out if there's any connection between these haunts, if owned by the same people or maybe the same production company does it.
Right.
I couldn't find anything on their websites. If they have it, they've been burying the lead,
Yeah.
But there may be some connection between them. But still, actors from all 3 haunts are attending the scare school. It had about 60 actors in training, hosted at Spooky Hollow. And the focus is on character development and costume design, which are very, very important elements that not a lot of actors get training on. But yeah, it's a great idea for these haunts to collaborate, whether or not they have a connection.
Yeah.
This just makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because
pull your resources together. It's much more efficient than having 3 separate scare schools.
It is. It's much more efficient. It grows the local community. And it shows I would feel comfortable working at any of these 3 haunts because since they're able to work together, they know that their actors can switch to other places and be trained into what that haunt is looking for.
Yeah.
Because they all go to this training together.
Yeah. And like you said, this is to me, it's more about building the local actor talent pool.
Yeah.
Giving it some depth and some breadth to it.
Yeah.
Because even in a large-ish community like New Orleans, the actor pool, especially for really well-trained, really well-talented actors, can seem shallow sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
We're kind of fortunate. We can come to actors with the pitch of, hey, you only got to work 3 nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll feed you.
And we'll feed you.
I know that's not much.
But the fact it's only 3 nights with us helps us get actors that maybe can't make a full season commitment to another haunt. Right. They love doing it. They want to do it, but they really can't commit to 20 nights or 16 nights or whatever elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But they can do 3.
Yeah.
They got our 3 nights. Yeah. And I like that.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that helps us. But yeah, I mean, it can feel like it's shallow. This is a great way to deepen it community-wide because it's not going to be just these 60.
Yeah.
They're going to go out and talk to their friends. They're going to talk about what they learned. They're going to help spread. And then you get other people interested in other... These people are going to have at least some information coming in instead of just coming in naked on the street, basically.
Yeah. Well, it also shows that it's a good haunt community in that area. Because, I mean, I would love for something like this here.
Yeah.
I know we don't have a lot of haunts, but it would be nice if there were things for all the haunters in the area, and I would include home haunters in that.
Yeah.
To do together.
Well, we saw some really good collaboration this past year with the Haunt VIP program they were doing, where you bring your ticket from one haunt, you can upgrade to VIP at another.
Right.
And we were able to use that system to our advantage because we knew which haunts we wanted VIP access to more.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Thinking with portals here.
Yes.
So go to the ones we don't need VIP for, and then upgrade to VIP.
Yes.
And ones we do, use that ticket. That worked out really well.
Yeah, it did.
So yeah, that's a...
Anyway, it worked out really well.
Yeah, and I'd like to see that type of collaboration between haunts because the thing about it is what we've been saying for years is your competition isn't other haunted attractions.
No.
People can and do go to multiple haunted attractions.
Yeah.
We go to 3 or 4 a night most weekend nights.
Yeah.
You know, we're just that crazy. Your competition is the other things people can be doing. It's the concert they're missing while they're in line at your haunt. It's the it's the party across town they're not going to.
Exactly.
That's your competition.
Yeah.
I mean, there's used car lots don't look at each other as competition. That's why they build so close to one another.
Right.
They want this area, this part of town, to be the place you go to buy a car, and then you just skip from used car lot to used car lot at your leisure.
Exactly.
Because they know the competition isn't the car lot next door, it's the other place to buy cars across town.
Exactly.
It's the same concept. It's just we have to get this in our head as an industry. That's how it works. That's how people operate.
Yeah, and after we went off air last week, after talking about conferences, I put out the idea that wouldn't it be great, and this is in a similar vein to what they're doing, if we could like meet up with individuals in the haunt community and just learn something like once a month from each other. Like if we could go over to Dark Stitches and I could learn a little bit of sewing, or they could come or learn how to do the facade work that they're doing. And they come here and learn what I do with hiding scares, or
I would love to go to 13th Gate and learn how they do actor management and actor recruitment.
Exactly. You know?
I think that'd be awesome. I would love to go to Mortuary and learn how they build that goddamn tear-down haunt in that space. And
yeah.
Their tips were quickly erecting and lowering a haunt.
Exactly. I mean, I think that if we had the community where we could get together once a month and just learn something from each other, and different place host it, that would be awesome.
Yeah, you'd mentioned this because we had a group of friends, this was years ago when we would do this, where we had Monday Night Drinking Club.
Yeah, exactly.
And for the record, no, we didn't all get sloshed on Monday nights. Most of us had to work Tuesday. Yeah,
but it was started by service industry friends who did have Mondays off. That was their day off.
Yeah.
Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, but there were a lot of service industry people there, like you said. But what we would do is we would all get, like 12 of us.
Yep. We
would get together every Monday, and we'd rotate whose house it was. Now, we didn't rotate in as often because we were across the river and it was a hassle.
Right.
But whenever we did, it was awesome.
Twice. Yeah.
We did awesome performances.
Yeah.
But the main thing is, something like that, but for learning and education, maybe on a monthly basis, would be really cool. And I think that's something, it'd be difficult to implement here because of the number of haunts.
Right.
But you could definitely implement it like in Chicago.
Right.
Where you have a haunt every 15 fucking feet, it seems like.
Exactly. Yeah, and, do something fun with it. Anyway, I like the idea a lot. I wish it was something that we could implement.
Oh, the idea's a good one. I think it's a good idea, and I said so then.
I know.
All right, let's do some not directly haunted attraction, but Halloween-related stuff.
Yeah, I know.
There's a moral to this next story.
Yeah, there is.
Okay, basically this is an article by Stacia Glenn at the News Tribune. Pumpkin mask worn in sex shops assaults was also a man's Halloween costume, and that got him caught.
Yep.
Long story short, there was a man named Sean Lamar Bell. Can't trust anyone with 3 first names. what sounds like first names. Anyways, he was arrested for a series of alleged assaults on employees at various sex shops. One in Tacoma, Washington, and one in Puyallup, Washington. I think is how you say it. I'm guessing. I've never seen that collection of letters quite. It's Puyallup. Puyallup? Anyway, basically what he did in the first one was he walked into the shop not long before closing, choked the employee and forced her to walk around with him and put items in his bag that he ran off with. He also attempted to steal cash from the register and stole the phone from the business. That's just a weird thing to do.
Well, it's so they couldn't call the cops.
People have cell phones.
Yeah, well, we're not dealing with the best and brightest here.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But anyways, he attempted it again at another one, the one in Puyallup, and the result there was they were functionally closed. They refused to let him in, so he waited in the parking lot. He assaulted them as they left. He assaulted the male co-worker physically and sexually assaulted the female co-worker. In both situations, he was wearing a metallic pumpkin mask. The police turned to the public. They shared photos and videos of the assaults. And people immediately recognized the mask from a Halloween party he had attended.
Yep. He must have been really proud of the mask.
It's a very distinctive mask. I'm going to say that. I have not seen that mask before looking at the photos and videos. Certainly not super common mask. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he was recognized from it. They executed a search warrant on his property. They found a truck that fit the description that it was at both scenes there, registered to him, and they also found stolen merchandise in his apartment.
Yeah, that seems like
open and shut to me. Yeah, I don't know about you.
Exactly.
We don't need Scooby-Doo and the gang to solve this one.
No.
But he still denies any involvement for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I am very sorry for the victims in this. Obviously, that is a very, very, very traumatizing thing to go through.
Right.
But I just love that it was a Halloween party goer that identified him. Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
That's Sean Lamar Bell. Yeah, he was at the party wearing the exact same costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a tip, guys. If you're going to use a Halloween costume to rob a store, make sure it's not the same Halloween costume used either in your haunt or at a party.
Yeah.
Because it's already identified as you.
Yeah.
Just don't be stupid.
Exactly.
Is what it comes down to. Don't rob people anyways, but if you're going to, don't be a complete idiot about it.
Yeah.
Like I said, not dealing with the best and brightest. I think you said that quite succinctly.
Okay, this next article comes from WWC Action News 5 in Memphis, Tennessee. A Memphis man, 19 years old, has been charged in a 2018 Halloween party shooting. The shooting was on October 27th. He's been charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder over
attempted murder. Sorry.
Attempted murder. Sorry.
No one actually died.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Anyway, 5 individuals were shot. He's charged with firing the shots.
Now, all the individuals that were shot were juveniles?
Yes.
Which makes this even a bigger tragedy.
Right.
But yeah, none of them were killed. None of them seem to have received life-threatening injuries at all. The 19-year-old involved... I didn't put his name in, apparently. Cedarius Hall is his name. Sorry, I did put it in.
Yeah.
Hall has provided a statement admitting to firing the shots. The investigation took a long time because it was a very busy and active Halloween party. There were a lot of people. I understand where there was a lot of chaos. But he had emerged as a suspect early on, and they narrowed it down and eventually honed in on him and have now arrested him and seemingly got a confession out of him on it. So good. As an industry, we want Halloween to be known as a safe place, as a safe, scary, and fun place where people can come and have a good time and not feel like their lives are in danger.
Yep.
Stuff like this, and it's super rare. It can happen at any party, anytime, any place. Pretty much.
Yeah, it can happen in any place too.
Yeah, but for some reason, when it happens at Halloween events, people seem to judge Halloween on it.
Right.
If this happens at a St. Patrick's event today, people aren't going to next year go, oh, I'm not going to no St. Patty's Day events. Those are dangerous.
Yeah.
But if it happens at a Halloween event, next year people say, I'm not going to Halloween events. Those are dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, there's some kind of weird double standard there I don't get.
Because Halloween's spooky already.
It's spooky, it's scary, it's blah, blah, blah. I get that. But, you know what I mean? Our holiday gets judged by every bad thing that happens on it, where other holidays only get judged by the good things, it seems like.
Yeah.
People die at Christmas parties. People die at Valentine's Day balls.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras never impacts the holiday.
No.
Halloween, totally different.
Yep.
And no, I do not understand why.
No.
And to bring it back to haunted attraction news, right now for our final story this week, a Winfield, West Virginia haunt has held its second annual. And by the way, guys, you can have a second annual something. You cannot have a first annual. It's not annual until you have the second one. Get it right. They did it right here. But they have the second annual Zombie Prom. I love this. It's a haunted house in Putnam County, West Virginia. And no, I'm not making any country roads jokes. I've decided to be above that for this episode. I'll immediately start it up after we stop recording.
Oh, yay.
Yay. But anyways, the Fear on the Farm hosted its second zombie prom. The event had lots of costumes and even crowned a zombie king and queen. The Fear on the Farm is an offshoot of Lee's Studio Productions, which is a dance studio owned by Lee Jordan. So basically, he took the idea and the skills of doing this dance studio, parlayed it into a haunted attraction, and then combined the two to make a zombie prom happen. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, and this is the thing. Haunters are always wondering, what can we do with our space the other, 10 and a half months of the year to get a little extra revenue coming in, make some money.
Exactly.
Zombie prom, guys.
Yeah.
If you've got enough event space for it, I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just saying, I read this and I'm like, holy crap! Nobody ever thinks about putting a prom. And it doesn't look like this was affiliated with any school or anything. In fact, it looks like it could have been attended by adults and, teens of a reasonable age.
Yeah. Kind of like the Prom of Doom that the GOAT host every year.
Yeah, a lot like that, actually, where it's a prom, yes, but it's not a prom affixed to a school.
Right.
You don't have to be a junior or senior at said school to go.
Right. In fact, for that, since it's in a bar, you have to be 21 or over, and you just wear your fanciest duds and...
Well, fanciest, gothiest duds. It is a goth bar. Let's be 100% clear here.
Yeah.
It's a really awesome little goth bar. They do a lot of great concerts and burlesque shows and things like that there.
The dark art market's what we usually are there for.
And we're usually there once every month for the dark art market, just kind of scout and check out what's going on. Unfortunately, the only thing I do not like about it is it can be very difficult because of the way it's laid out to get bar service.
Yeah.
You have to kind of fight for that a little bit more than I'm used to doing at bars. But that's neither here nor there. It's still a very cool venue with lots of neat stuff to look at. But anyways, back to the zombie prom. I do love this idea, though.
Yeah.
If you have the space and you have it open, this is a neat idea for an event. Partner with someone who does catering.
Yeah.
And bring people in for a zombie prom.
Yeah. Why not?
I love this idea.
Yeah, me too.
I'm super keen on it. Honestly, like I said, when I saw this, it's like, dude, we never think of this.
Yep.
This is one of those $1 million ideas that it took Lee Jordan in West Virginia to figure out how to exploit.
Yeah.
So to you, Mr. Jordan, I tip my hat at you. That is excellent work you have done. You have done the entire industry a great service with this. Well, I think that's about all the news we have this week. It's been, like I said, a fairly busy month. A lot of sad news, but some good news too. Like I said, we learned about some haunts that are doing very, very well for themselves, including a small one and a big one.
Yes.
That seem to have done quite well. I'm very happy to hear about the Parks and Rec department.
Yeah.
Was that actually a plot to Parks and Rec? You've seen the entire series.
No.
They didn't actually do a haunted house. They should have.
No, they did Halloween parties every year.
Yes.
But not a haunted house.
Oh, well, they could have made at least $15,000 now. We even established this.
Oh, well.
You know.
I don't know. I want to say that maybe they were going to, but then something happened. I don't know.
Yeah, but
anyway. I
anyways.
probably should pay more attention when I'm watching things.
You really should. But nah, there's a lot of great news this time around. And considering, we're in March, we're in the doldrum period where there's not a lot of haunted attraction announcements.
Right.
It was surprisingly easy to find news.
Yeah, because a lot, on all the groups, it's all about Transworld right now.
Yeah, right now, Hunters Hang On, Hunter's Toolbox, it's all about Transworld. Yep. The Big Scary Show is posting stuff about Transworld constantly. Yeah. Most of our places where we kind of make sure we pick up and make sure we got everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all Transworld all the time, and it will be until this time next week.
Yeah. Now I do want to add in that I am loving all of the haunt versus human hashtags.
Oh yes,
those are awesome.
That I've been enjoying those too.
Yeah, we should do one for you.
Oh God. I don't think people would believe it. We could post it to the Bernie Baxter page.
People would believe it.
Anyway, yeah, it's always really weird because I know the mask is good, but I never thought it was that good. Mm-hmm. But we meet people out in the street. Yeah, we run the crazy little haunted house in Algiers and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, what roles do you do? And she's like, well, she's inside. She plays different roles each year. Mm-hmm. And last year she was blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Based on whatever she was doing. She might have had the record stuck in her face or...
Yes, usually I have something coming out of my face.
Yeah. And me, I'm outside. I'm out front. You're the old man out front? No, that can't be you. That's not you. He's like way shorter than you. I've heard that at least 3 times, that Bernie is supposedly like 6 inches shorter than I am somehow. Which is funny because he has a top hat. He should look significantly taller.
That is funny. Do top hats make you look short? This is a new question.
That's a good question. Do I look shorter because I have the top hat? I mean, I do have a bit more of a hunch when I'm Bernie. I get that. But I assure you, I do not gain or lose inches. Vertical ones. I might gain or lose inches around the waist when I'm done, depending upon how much I sweat while I'm in that costume. But I do not lose any in height. Anyway, yeah, we might have to do something with that for both Haunt Weekly and Bernie Baxter. It's not a bad idea. Well, until next time, thank you very, very much for joining us. I almost forgot to do the outro. Mm-hmm. How shameful of me. This has been Haunt Weekly, episode 172, talking about February and March news. You can find us and all of our previous episodes at hauntweekly.com. We're also Haunt Weekly on Twitter, Haunt Weekly on Facebook, one word in both cases. tinyurl.com/hauntweekly takes you to our YouTube channel, previous episodes there for easy listening, playlists, and other goodies there as well. And we're also at Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, wherever finer podcasts are distributed. Until next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Crystal.
And we will see you guys next week.